Hey there, welcome back, Mr. Smith Garage. Today we are going to take Lars to the DMV and we're going to try and see if we can get this thing registered and then move towards getting it smogged and ready to sell or maybe to drive. So we'll see how that goes today. Give you a few videos on it. Right now I'm going to check the code reader, see if it's got any codes. I know I've had, and we've talked about these ABS brake things, and so let's see what Zurich tells me. Okay, so I do have some codes. Output shaft speed sensor circuit, no signal. And then you can see I've got some blinking emissions things here, so I think once I start driving it on the roads, those might clear out of there, so we'll see, and even maybe that one. So that's where we're at right now. Should be seeing Scott, my buddy with a trailer, anytime. And I did want to show you this. One of the things I just noticed this morning when Tim and I were checking out some stuff was the rear brakes. I don't think I've ever taken the wheels off of the back here, but notice I've got a space in there between the brakes pad. There's a space in there on this side too. So I think maybe when I get home I'm going to pull the back wheels off and see if I need to lube those rear brakes up. I don't think they're making contact, and that might be part of the problem. So thanks for watching. We'll get right back to you. Well, that took a while. Thank you, Scott. One of my subscribers helped me with a trailer to get it here to the DMV. We got the VIN verified. I got a temporary permit, and now I need to go get it smogged. So Lars's journey is on the road now. I need to call and get insurance. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then once I've finished getting the insurance, then I'll drive it over and get it smogged. I'm going to move over here in the shade, call my insurance company, and get insurance. That way, if we have any problems between here and smog and then back to DMV, we'll have it all taken care of. Well, it's been an interesting day. So we got the fees paid for registration, but in order to transfer into California, I got to get it smogged. Well, I went by this smog guy that I go to, Robinette's Auto, and talked to him a little bit about it. And he recommended that I drive it a little bit to try to clear all the different checkpoints on it. Well, in doing that, I've noticed that like a couple different codes come up. One's related to the transmission. Actually, both of them are related to the transmission. And so I'm not sure if though I probably need to ask my smog guy if those kind of codes come up on the transmission. Does that mean that it won't pass smog? Not sure. I will tell you the transmission stuff is kind of interesting. I went through, found something on YouTube about clearing the transmission. So again, this sat out for about 6 or 7 years, not used. Battery went completely dead. And so, I heard that maybe if the battery's dead, you might have problems shifting, or it might die just occasionally. I haven't had it really die on me or stall, but I have had some shifting issues, which have been kind of weird. And I still have these 3 ABS lights on the dash. So brake, ABS, and then the ESP, I think, is associated with the ABS. I did pull the rear wheels off and checked those brakes. Everything back there looked good. The sensors looked good. I don't think there was any problems with those brakes back there. I keep hearing something. It seems like it's on the front passenger side brake. And so I think what I'm going to do is pull those front wheels off and see if I can look at those brakes and inspect them, see if there's anything going on there. So that's next step. Again, still just, it's driving around, seems like just fine other than that shifting. I did that reset procedure and it seemed to work, but then it reverted back to kind of some shifting problems. But then I reset it again and it shifted fine just on I drive home just now. Yeah, fairly interesting. Not quite sure what seems to be going on with it, but yeah, we'll dig into it a little bit. Again, the journey that Lars is taking to get back on the road. You know, if you just drive your car all the time and keep it maintained, then it will do a little bit better than if it just sits. So into the garage we go, and we'll see what we can find out on these front brakes. All right, in the garage. It's 97 degrees over there on the air conditioner. It's 92 on the other one, so it's just hot right there. Anyway, it's not that hot. I'm not sweating yet, but it's like 102 outside. So I've checked rear and front brakes. All my wires are good. All the brake pads are touching the discs. The discs are a little, you know, deteriorated, but they're starting to shine up. I think if I drive this thing a little bit here and there, they'll just shine up just fine. And the brakes seem to work. I don't feel like there's anything pulling or anything. I hear noise, but I think that's just the badness of the brakes. I mean, I could get new rotors and new shoes or pads, and I just don't think I need them right now. So I do still get 3 different brake related lights. Red brake light is blinking. Brake, you know, emergency brake is off. That usually would be on if the emergency brake was on. Maybe I have a ground. Maybe my ground isn't set up. But if the brake wasn't off, I don't think it would let me go into gear. So that blinking brake light must be related to something else. Anti-lock brake light is on steady, and then I think it's the ESP light. It's like that triangle with a little circle around it. I think that's the ESP light. And it usually says that in the book it says that it goes on when the ABS light is on. So anyway, got some lights on. I went through and kind of once again looked at the brakes. You know, took the wheels off, looked at the brakes. Brakes are coming along just fine. Looked at this. My fluid level is in between min and max. It was a little over, so I pulled a little bit of fluid out of there. I don't see any wires or hoses that have any problems there. I will tell you though, this vacuum line there, if you can see that, goes, you know, from the intake manifold over. I did use some clever shrink wrap on that vacuum line because it was all cracked, and then I also have a pretty thick vacuum slash fuel hose on the booster there. I don't think that is the problem, although it could be. I mean, you know, if you think that you can help me figure out where that light, why that light is going on, and just let me know. Please comment. The other thing that I seem to be getting is a transmission code, the P0264. Although I did do a reset on the transmission with it's basically turn the key to the on position, not the engine on, hold the gas pedal down for 20 seconds, and then turn everything off, and then restart the car. And it did shift better for about 15-20 minutes, and then it seemed like it went back into this mode of high RPMs, not really like shifting into overdrive. I did get the DTC code again, the PO264. And then I stopped and I reset the transmission again, and then it ran just fine, and the light, check engine light went off, and no code. If you know anything about what I'm experiencing, I'm going to post this tonight so you guys can kind of give me some ideas if you know what's going on. If there's any of you out there that can help Mr. Smith Garage with Lars the EuroVan. But then, you know, once I get through, you know, maybe 100 miles of driving around, I should be able to take it and get it smogged. I don't think I have anything that's not clearing quite yet. Maybe the air intake, but everything is hooked up on the air intake. I did use some JB Weld on this back piece, but thinking that that should be just fine. The air filter that I got was a little bit thick, but it seems like it's all sealed in there. That filter in there is the cabin filter. Seems to be on there okay. Alright, so that's what we're going to do for today for Mr. Smith Garage. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, feel free. We love to have you join the club. We're going to be doing some work on the Porsche 944. That is Ferdinand, the Porsche there. We're going to be putting some new wheels and tires, and I think we have to raise the back end a little bit in order to get those wheels and tires on there. They're 993 18-inch wheels, 10 inches wide in the back, 8 inches wide in the front. So they're getting some new tires put on them right now, and we'll see how they make Ferdinand the Porsche look. Then one of the other things we're going to be doing on the Porsche soon, before the rain happens, is we got to put a new convertible top on him. His back window broke out, and so right now he's just been driving with the top down, boot on, but we do need to get a new top for him. So once again, thanks for joining. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.